that. But AJ, the hype is incredible surrounding his arrival.
Yeah, it is. I mean, rightfully so. I mean, he's obviously an extremely talented young man. I love him as a guy. I think he's just a really good guy. I think he's a fun guy to be around. I think his personality is going to blend in well with, our team. But as far as what to expect, I mean, I don't have a great relationship with expectations, I think they can really do a lot of harm. I think with him, I mean, my goal with him is to just help him be the best version of himself. And I think that's going to be a really fun player to watch. I think it's going to be something that helps us win a lot of basketball games. It's going to really benefit him. He's coming here to help us win, but obviously has his sights set on, his future as well. And that's something we really pride ourselves on in terms of, helping guys get to the next level. I've said this before, but I know my background gets a lot of attention, but I got multiple guys in our program who have worked in the NBA. And I think guys that want to get to that next level want to come in and be a part of that, so in short order here, he'll be working with an NBA level strength coach, here at BYU. I could go down the list, but I think that's what gets me excited as it relates to what to expect from him. What I expect is just him to get better every single day because of the way we do things. And I think the byproduct of that is going to be something really fun for fans and everybody in the country to follow.
I think these guys that are in his mold, right? The big wings, the scorers, the 6'10" dudes that can go out and get a bucket, that can create for other people, that can shoot, that can do all the stuff that he does. There's a lot of really good players like that in the NBA right now. Who do you see him kind of resembling the most? I mean, Goodman's throwing Paul George out there. We've heard Jason Tatum out there. Like all of the name a 6'9" scoring forward, and you've heard AJ Dybantsa compared to him. Who does he kind of remind you of?
Yeah, I agree with the Paul George one. Physically, they look very similar. I think his game is similar to like a mix between. And again, I'm not saying he's as good as these players. I'm just talking stylistically, kind of a mix between, Paul George and LeBron. I think the way he passes the ball, I don't think people talk nearly enough about his passing. I think he's really unselfish. And so that's kind of the guys I see. I think he can be really, really unique defensively. I've gone up against Paul George in playoff series and seen him guard some of the best players in the world. I mean, he can – when he was in his peak defensively, he was as good as there was in the NBA. And I really have challenged AJ on the defensive end here as we've recruited him. And now that he's here on campus, I think he can be a first-team All-Big 12 defensive player. And that's something that I know he's a student of the game. He loves the NBA. And that's something I've shared with him, in terms of, hey, the best players, the best of the best in the NBA, those guys aren't running from matchups. They want to guard the other team's best player. I mean, look at what Anthony Edwards is doing, in this current playoff series. Booker was like that when I was in Phoenix. And so I'm trying to and AJ wants that, but I'm trying to really, really get him to wrap his head around that part of it.